Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. Market just opened a few minutes ago. 5, 10. All right. Don't know why that's over there. Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? All right, news on the session. Just 9:30 news today. Low impact. So I will have to remind myself of that. Also, let me turn these on. All right, so a couple things. Today I'm actually going to try to go back to a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We're going to try. I'm going to do 28-28 because right now that's where my stop loss has been. I don't know if I have to keep it that high on the 20 tick chart, but we're just going to go for it. It's not what I thought that was. Not too bad. Good. Let me set an alarm since my indicator's still not working. Okay. It looks like Apex is running a sale again that's going to end next Tuesday. All right. Not much overnight movement. Smallest range I've seen in a bit, but look at it go now. Yeah, that's a crazy bar. Let's see. The opening 5-minute bar is 150 points. All right. All right. All right, there's a quick TP. I might only focus on pullbacks. I'm not sure. I think trying to focus on both of them might actually throw me off a little bit. So we'll see. We will see. But first pullback there is a win. We love to see that. I'm also no longer taking any trades at like opposite levels. Yeah, I decided on that as well. So no buys at resistance, no sales at support. I think it's going to be a little too difficult to do without order flow. And because I'm trying to get rid of order flow, we're just going to have to do without, which is fine. I think that this way that I'm trying to make work, I think will give me ample opportunities throughout the day. So I think I'll be all right. 9, 10. Good morning, Diego. How are you this morning? I didn't even finish reading it. I do see now. 6 eval sizes, all priced at $196 and 60% off. Apex is now paid out over $600 million. 84.40 all in, all sizes. $6 lifetime PA fees. That's insane. That is actually insane. What does that say? 283. All right, that's too high. Sweet. All right, now we just hit the prior open, so I'm not interested in that. Damn. Oh, never mind. Prior opens there. We're below the major level, so I'm really only trying to look at sales unless we get back above it. Yep, new sale going on. I'm good as well. Surprisingly, because I didn't really sleep that much. But that's all right. That's all right. I did not sleep much, but I feel pretty good though, honestly. I really do. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to focus on divergence as well, so just do it this way. It's cool. Just do pullbacks. Just pullbacks. Don't like that. We're currently at the first lower deviation band on the VWAP as well as the prior open. So we could have a little, or is it? Yes, the prior open. So we could have a little consolidation here unless we kind of just break up. Also major pivot level right there. All right, so we push through it. Good. Good, good, good. 271. I missed that one. Ooh. No, we don't want to be in that. Damn. I forgot to wait for the pullback to the whatever you call this thing. The half trend. Pull back to the half trend. All right, hold on, because I'm missing something. All right, I'm break even right now. All right, yeah, forgot to pull back to the half trend. That's cool though. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? You got 2 meetings going on right now? Dang. Have fun. Now he makes you want $20 to believe. Oh, God bless America. God bless America. Oh, that's the divergence trade I want. If I can catch it in time, I'll do it, but I wouldn't have gotten filled on that one anyway, so that's cool. Good morning, RJ. How are you this morning? It's away from my volume. All right, Diego. See you when you get back. Good morning. Good morning. Is this your friend that you always tell us about? Is this the same one? RJ, we've heard a lot about you. You must be a great person if Amelia wants to be your friend. Okay. Let me just say that. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I can't do that actually. It's not gonna work the way I want it to. And why can't I see the trailing stop there? Good to hear. He's the reason you switched to a Dow? Nice. Nice. What time did I say that? 9:30. Oh, wow, what a push. I'm kind of skeptical about trading right here because we're rejecting the downtrend, which is fine. Maybe, yeah, I'm okay with trading here, I think. As long as we're at the major level or above it. I just don't think, like in here, I think it becomes a little too choppy. All right, yeah. So I'll wait for this to develop a little bit. Not YM Warriors. He's the one that got the big corner last week, 2 days in a row. He was fired. Nice trading. How long have you been trading Dow, RJ? Applejacks is somebody got a lot going on in the background. Ay. Yeah, I think we could potentially chop around here unless we kind of break kind of like this area. This is kind of like the consolidation zone right there. Oh wow, I didn't even see what it looked like on a 1-minute chart. I do have to figure out why I can't see the price of the trailing stop or the major level. I don't know. 5 years is your primary? Nice. Past 6 or so has been my 1 or 2. Nice. Yeah, once you find something that you like and it works, stick with it. No reason not to. All right, can we get the breakdown or no? It's almost a perfectly drawn zone on the 1-minute chart, even without looking at it. All right. Yeah, sometimes it's 3 or 4 steps. 10 steps back on NQ, I swear to you. As soon as you think you got it, it shows you something different. But for me, it's like, I like the challenge. And I just feel like I can't let it win. I just can't. I can't let it win. So I keep going. You know, its moods, absolutely. I am definitely a firm believer in that. That would be too much effort being put in there if that bar was to close down. And we closed up instead. Is this the break now? There's VWAP. Still chopping around. I think I can move this down though. Because really I just want to make sure we're trading up here or below here. I don't want to get stuck up in this choppy area. I was looking over yesterday's data a little bit, as well as what was it? I think Monday. And I kind of came up with like 3 primary volume patterns that I want to look for on pullbacks, and then 3 on divergence. So I'm going to stick with those primarily. It's just little kinks I want to work out, like whether or not I care about price pulling all the way back to the half trend or not, you know, just little things like that, which I think is important, at least for the pullbacks. I don't think it matters for divergence, but for the pullbacks, absolutely, I think it does. All right, that would close under it. I want it to close on this red level or above it. Well, close above it. 10 steps you have in there. Kickboxing kicked your ass. You did get the Chick-fil-A, girl. I thought you was playing. I'm weak. I definitely thought you were just playing. Mm-mm-mm. All right, yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna wait. I really want to see us like down here. I don't want the entry bar to touch this level at all. This is where we changed to a downtrend over here. So I would prefer for, if we're gonna sell off, for us to, the entry bar to be below here. Now, oh, it's all the way up there. Look how long this is chopped. And I technically, this level was technically drawn at 840. So way back here, I was able to draw this level right here, which is where price has just been stalling for the last 11 minutes. Still don't like that one. All right, this push I was looking for. Now we gotta see how we react here at VWAP. We're back up there again. Don't like it. I said I should have ate some fruit. What did you get? And how long is your kickboxing sessions? Shall we try again? Still a lot of support here. You see we changed to a downtrend here and then we immediately reversed. So I'm still not liking what I'm seeing at all. What is wrong with Polynesian sauce? That is one of my favorites. I do like Chick-fil-A sauce as well, but Polynesian is definitely my favorite. So now I'll read it all. It's down in there. Oh my gosh. Amelia, I would have puked too. I probably would have puked even if I ate it right after. Like strenuous exercising, I have to do fasted, or it has to at least be like 4 hours since I ate something, even though I eat pretty light. I can't do it. I cannot. All right, so question is, all right, I think too much volume. 122. Come on. Just a freaking chop fest. Like, yuck. All right. Shall we try again? $7.79. Oh, news is coming in 2 minutes. Glad I took that order off. All right, so we'll wait to see. Wait, I'm a slow bunny. Why did I set the alarm for 8:58 and not 9:28? Just call me slow. And I'm mad because this was the setup right here. I really could slap myself sometimes. I really honestly could. I could. I really honestly could. What the? That was the divergence trade right there. Missed thoughts. Golly. Oh my goodness. Pushed up a nice, what, 16 points from the entry. Golly. Applejacks, what do you think is the difference? And this time you almost puking and normally you don't. Not talking about is making your stomach hurt. I'll be eating fish and or fruit next time. Orders at 9, but it also says delay, so not sure if it's. Let me see. I'm so annoyed. I am so annoyed. That was so perfect too. Just dumb. Just stupid. I'm not calling myself stupid, Applejacks. I'm saying it was stupid. It was stupid. Oh yeah, I do see that on investing.com. Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? Willing to learn it. Thank you, Marvin. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Not is she pregnant? Uh-oh. Well, are you? The people would like to know. We would like to know. See, I don't think I don't think I like it. It works sometimes, but not enough for me. What does it say? 12. Oh, she said hell the fuck no. Absolutely not. She wants to make sure you know that no. Does have a number, so I guess it was real. Okay, well, I'll take it as it being that then. I need to start checking Financial Juice again. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? Girl, I wish I did have some meds. What you need some meds for, girl? Ignore the ignorance. This is every day. Did Paul ask her that last week? I heard someone was puking. Paul, because she decided to eat, well, she didn't puke. She almost did. She decided to eat Chick-fil-A before her kickboxing. That's what happened. All right, I'm still not liking this. That didn't match. Turn to a downtrend, immediate rejection. So, chop pay. Like, look at that. Ew. I question this one. Just gonna push through the fits the rules, but the double top there just got me a little confuzzled. We get back up there, I'll get into it. Yep. I don't really like the double top, and we're still like inside here. So to me, this is a consolidation zone, like a miniature one. So we're gonna have to break out on either side. I don't really care, but until we break out of this, I don't really want to trade. And these two levels are pretty close too. It's just like choppy, move down a little bit, chop, move a little bit, move a little bit, chop again. This market sucks today. I hate when my eyelashes hurt. Well, the skin behind my eyelashes hurt. Good morning, Pred. How are you this morning? Having pain in my lower leg. Ibuprofen. Ooh. Janelle. Paul is crazy. Janelle, can you tell whether it's muscle pain or not? Because I will say, if you're having pain, especially like in your calf area or anything like that, and it's not going away with normal pain meds that you would normally take, and you know that you didn't strain it or anything like that, you might want to schedule an appointment with your doctor. Or if you don't have to schedule an appointment with your doctor before getting imaging, have them order an ultrasound of your leg. Some doctors' offices have it, most do not. I know, like when I worked on a stroke unit, we had it on the stroke unit, but most of the time they have to order for you to go somewhere to get it done. But you definitely don't want to play with that. Do you like chicken salad? Oh gosh. Oh, he said no. He's part of us. He's one of us. Thank you. How do I block? Oh my gosh. It feels better when I stand up. Do you spend a lot of time like sitting at a desk to where you're not like moving your legs around and things like that? Because most of the time when there is a blood clot, it's gonna hurt whether you're sitting down, laying down, standing, walking, anything. But I would say you can never be too sure though. You've never had Chick-fil-A, Marvin? Oh my gosh. I rarely eat out too, but listen, if you like chicken, and this is coming from somebody who can't even eat chicken no more, do me a favor and get you some Chick-fil-A. I don't care if it's the chicken sandwich, the nuggets. Make sure you get every sauce available because you're probably never going to eat it again in your life if you went this long without eating Chick-fil-A. And also, now this is going to be an expensive run, okay? Because you also need to taste that mac and cheese. That mac and cheese is very good. It's expensive as hell, but it's very good. Y'all, I could not believe how much I spent on that mac and cheese last time I went for a large. It was like $9 and some change. What? Why? But it's so good. I was like, okay, I'm going to pay it. But I haven't had it since. Matter of fact, let me see if I can see when the last time I had Chick-fil-A. You can only get waffle fries and a lemonade, but for so long before you're just over it. Let's see. We're still in this little chop fest, so there's nothing I could do here. Let's see. It might not show me actually. May 13th was the last time I had Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We pushed through, but now we're back where we changed to a downtrend. And this little pink level right here, we need to break this to go into an uptrend. So I'm still kind of not able to trade because, all right, we buy here. That's a heavy level of resistance. Well, it could be. It should be. Look how many times we've reacted here. We changed to the downtrend back here, and it's clearly a level. You can see it better on the time-based chart. So I just kind of gotta sit and wait. So I really should be, what, 2-1 right now? I missed that divergence trade. It was news, but not on my news indicator, so I don't know if I would count it as news or not. I don't know. I don't know. So I'll count it for now. No, you gotta be a bot. I had loads of Chick-fil-A and a milkshake is necessary. You want to know something? I don't think I've ever had a milkshake from Chick-fil-A. Not ever. 2 or 3 times a week. First felt it when walking upstairs a few days ago. Okay, so you're moving around. So the chances of it being a blood clot is pretty low. You know, you have a really high risk level if you sit all day, you don't move around, you're not exercising, you smoke, you know, some of those things. So the fact that that's not your lifestyle, I highly doubt it's that. I would suggest you put, if you have a heating pad, I would suggest putting a heating pad on it to see if making your muscles relax around the area will help. I'm a huge proponent of heat over ice personally, because when you think about it, anything cold makes your muscles and your vessels and things constrict. The only benefit of icing something is really just to numb it. Or, you know, if you have swelling, then it helps. But if you don't have any swelling of any kind or anything like that, you are better off. Dang, I think I just missed that. I did. Fuck. I'm trying to remember stuff without looking down, and that's not working. I could have taken this by right here. Golly. That's 2 divergent trades. But anyway, yeah, if you don't have any swelling of any kind or anything like that, I would suggest you put heat on it and see if after you put a heating pad on it for like 30 minutes, how you feel after that. A Baconator? Baconator is what? Wendy's, right? I've only had Wendy's like a couple of times in my lifetime. I wasn't that much of a fan. Personally, I wasn't. Wendy's, Jack in the Box, all that stuff, I wasn't a fan of. Would I have been filled here? Yep. Look how perfect that was. What is that? It's like maybe a 0.5 ticks of drawdown. Maybe 5-6 ticks of drawdown. What a miss. All right. Less than. All right, yeah. And that's easy to remember. I don't know. The volume was low, pushing off of support. Yeah, I tweaked. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? Okay, yeah, no swelling. Try to put a heating pad on it. And if you don't have a heating pad, just take like a towel and put it under water, like really hot water. If you need to microwave the towel just to get it a little warmer, you could do that too. May 13th, I would be having withdrawals. Well, the Chick-fil-A that's by my house, I only have one, and it's close but not close at the same time. It is close, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I love me some catfish nuggets. And I even get ribeye steaks from the place that I get the catfish nuggets from. And that's literally like right around the corner. It's closer than Chick-fil-A. So usually with like Chick-fil-A, Steak and Shake, places like that, it'll be more of I haven't eaten out all week. I'm out and about running errands, usually grocery shopping or something like that. And it's like, all right, cool. Well, I want to get me something while I'm out because I usually only eat out like once a week, to be honest. And actually, I haven't eaten out in probably like a week and a half at this point. Yeah, probably about a week and a half now. So, yeah, I just haven't had anything. It makes you sick after you eat it? Dang. Love to play football back in that. Mainly watch UFC now. Ooh, because if you said you didn't like football, baby, she might have banned you actually. She might have done it. Damn it, why do we keep pushing down so far? Alright, well, okay. That didn't match. Okay, I got poked in the eye recently and now he has a permanent injury. I don't like any type of like MMA fight. I don't like any of that stuff. I don't like boxing. I don't like any of that. And maybe it's from a like medical standpoint, just knowing all the damage that they're doing to their brains and their bodies fighting like that. I cannot watch it. I can't. I can barely watch football just because of how hard some people get hit, and knowing you don't even have to get that hit that hard, but getting hit over and over in your head going up into the helmet. Like I can't. I can't. It genuinely makes me cringe. Just can't watch that stuff. About to eat out less. Got a strict financial plan for the next year. Adulting. What goals are you trying to hit? Apple Jacks. It is so brutal. And I've, just scrolling on social media, you then all of a sudden see a short video. You like, oh, I wonder what this is. And you click on it and somebody done got kicked in the leg and now their leg is split open. I just, I can't. I just cannot. Can you explain the new Apex discount? Baby, so I got a text this morning from someone in support, or no, someone high up, who they sent me the picture, so I hadn't even looked at it all the way yet, but it looks like, are there 25, 50, 100, 150, 250? Okay, so basically all the accounts. Okay, so essentially all of the accounts, all of the evals are priced at 196 and then it's 60% off. So all of the accounts, it looks like, are 78.40. No matter what size. So you get 60% off the first month and then 60% off recurring. Then the lifetime PA fees for all of the sizes are just $6. And if you want to reset, it's $60 and it's still 1 day to pass. And all of this ends on Tuesday. So basically all in, you're looking at $84.40 for all sizes, which is not bad at all. Honestly, if I felt like I was ready to really start trading, I would definitely take advantage, for real. I genuinely would. But because of the 60% off the recurring, I don't have a reason to pay that. I'm not ready for that. Now maybe by next Tuesday I'll feel different, but we'll see. I actually probably will pick up 2 accounts because I am looking to start trading one of my PAs soon. Like if I feel pretty comfortable with this volume only strategy, I probably will start trading one of my PAs very soon because it's pretty simple to trade and I shouldn't make I think I'll miss more trades than I will like make mistakes. But yeah, we'll see. 214. So I'll probably just need to replace some accounts. We'll see. Not I wish I had 100 racks. Get out of debt like I was supposed to do this year, but I had no plan. Understood. I'm telling you, when you become super disciplined, especially when you're trying to get out of debt, once you get out of debt, I promise you, it is so hard to make bad financial decisions after you're debt free. Like, when you do something with a very strict plan, now I do say though, I will say this, I don't think anybody should ever be so strict that you don't do anything like leisure wise. So for me, I still had the same, I can eat out once a week like I do now. That's just a lifestyle thing for me. Honestly, it has nothing to do with, any of that. It's just I want to be healthy, so I like to cook my own food. I still allowed myself to take 1 or 2 vacations a year, because when you go the Dave Ramsey way of like pour everything out of your savings into your debt, and you need to go deliver pizzas and all these other things, you're too broke to go bowling. When you are like that, when you follow that strict of a regimen, there's a higher chance of you to fail and to quit before you reach your goal, because you're not having fun with it. Like, life is meant to be lived regardless. You know what I mean? So yes, you need to be strict, but not so strict that you are going to that extreme, because that is way too extreme in my opinion. So yeah, when I first started getting out of debt, I was over $40,000 in debt. Between my car note, I had student loans, I had credit card bills, which my credit card bill was so dumb because I got a credit card to build up my credit, and because I was making like $8,000 a month at the time, it was like, oh, I'll just pay the minimum, like I'll pay it out, and I had a 0% interest because I had decent credit. It just, I never had bad credit ever, but I had decent credit. I just didn't have much of a credit history. So I took advantage of the 0%. And so because it was like, I'm making all this money, like I'll just pay the minimum, like whatever, I'll pay it off at some point. I'll pay it off at some point. Next thing you know, I looked and I think I don't even remember how much. It was probably like $8,000 in credit card bills. And between that, like I said, my student loan, my car note, I was like, all right, something's got to give, because I was paying over $800 a month just in debt bills. Didn't include my rent at the time, no insurances. I'm talking just debt. When I saw that, I was like, yo, no. And the thing, like, I'm not a big spender at all. Actually, my credit cards got racked up because at the time I had to do a lot of traveling for business and everything. And, you need a credit card to put down for your rental car and things like that. So that's kind of how it racked up that way. I was not shopping. I was not doing any of like nothing like that. So I hunkered down and I was like, all right. And the way that I basically did my budgeting was I took how much I would normally make in a month minus all of my bills, and I took the minimums of loans and credit cards and stuff. And so let's say you make $5,000 a month and all of your bills are $3,000 a month. Well, that means you have $2,000 left over to eat, for leisure, just different things like that, right? Cool. So from that extra $2,000 a month, I basically like did a little percentage. So like I put a certain amount off to savings, because for me, I was still saving while I was getting out of debt. I think it's very dumb to drain your entire savings to pay off debt, because all right, well then if you lose your job, if you get sick, anything like that, then what are you going to do? You're going to go back into debt because you didn't save any money. And you can still get out of debt quickly, even while saving money at the same time. Like I think I saved like $40,000 at the same time that I got out of $40,000 worth of debt, right? And it only took me about 18 months. So, yeah, I dedicated a certain percentage to go off into savings, a certain percentage to put towards like extra debt payments, and then the other percentage went off to like groceries and all of that other stuff. And it worked out. I started with the smallest debt, paid it off, and that's how I did everything. And the most important part was when I like, okay, so if I knew that my bills were 3,000, once I got to $3,000 in income in that month, every single dollar from there was split off into those percentages. And because I was getting paid, I'm pretty sure I was getting paid monthly from one source and every 2 weeks from another source. Basically, once I made enough, it was like, all right, when this paycheck comes in, this amount goes here, this amount goes there. And that's how I did it. And yeah, I haven't had any debt. I think I've been debt free for, I don't know, maybe 8 years now, something like that, 7 or 8, something like that. And it's the best thing ever. You will listen. People ask me sometimes, like, when you gonna get another car? For what? For what? I bought my car 10 years ago. Never had any major problems with it. I've put new tires on it twice. I get my maintenance all the time. Yeah, what do I need another car for? It's perfect. I don't understand. I'm not going to get another car just for the sake of getting another car that doesn't make sense to me. Not when I haven't owed anybody in years. Who's going to do that? No. Break the percentages down again. It depends on you. So I'm pretty sure I did, once I made enough to pay my bills, I'm pretty sure I did like 50% went into like a spending account for my groceries and things like that. Anything that's miscellaneous, something that is not a scheduled payment every month. So it can't be any of your bills. So I think I did 50% towards that, somewhere between 40 and 50%. And then I did 25% towards savings. And then the other 25% would go towards my debt as extra debt payments. So that allowed me to pay the debt off even quicker. Bring those financial journals. I need to. One day I will. I've just been so caught up in like mastering trading that I just didn't want anything else going on at the time. But eventually I am going to do it. And I'm going to do like finance type videos on this channel as well. You use your car twice a month, you little heathen. I do. I actually looked, y'all. The last time I filled up my gas tank was September 25th, I think. And I've only driven 270 miles since then. Don't judge me. Don't. The new car is just BS. Don't do it anyway. Yeah, it's just, I would never get a brand new car ever again. I did it once, never again. Did I see the new Tradify accounts? I did not look at them yet, but I was watching Nutty's stream this morning and I did see that how he was talking about it. And he was saying how, like now you pass the eval, and after you pass the eval, you choose what type of account you want. And it can be either a daily payout type of account or a payout structure that's like Top Step, I guess, where you have to make a minimum of $250 per trading day, and then you can withdraw, I guess, 50% or up to 5,000. I don't know. I didn't look at it yet. I drive once a week to the store, which is 5 miles. Exactly. See, me and Amelia, we're here. Why do I need to drive more than that? All right, news is coming in 2 minutes. Let me see. Dave Ramsey is full of shit. I agree. Do you have to pass the eval before Tuesday to get the? Yes, you do. Any time with Apex, when it comes to activation fees, you have to pass it during the promo. Otherwise, you'll get a regular or whatever the promo is at the time. See how I get abused? Baby, she don't ever get abused. We love her too much for that. Exactly. Gas is not good anymore. You need a fuel additive. Gas from where? Where you need a why you need a fuel additive? Who gas not good? Oh, you talking about because it's been, baby, let me tell you something. I ain't adding shit. Okay, I'm gonna drive that little gas out. I use BP gas. It's already additives in there. How about that? I got gas October 31st. I'm only half a tank right now. Yeah. And see, I normally don't even fill up because I know it's going to be so long before I finally start driving again. And then because it's wintertime, I drive even less in the wintertime because of, honestly, I have PTSD from getting into, I got into an accident in what was starting as a blizzard in the mountains in Denver. This was years ago, like probably 7 years ago, when I was coming back from my travel nurse assignment from California. My friend was helping me drive back, and we the storm was supposed to start in Denver and work its way out, but it ended up starting in the mountains and working its way in. And we didn't know until we was almost hitting it. And so I kept telling him, like, slow down. You don't know how to drive in snow. You're from Atlanta. And he wasn't driving fast. That was the thing. He was only driving like maybe 25, if that, but it was still too fast. And yeah, I knew something bad was about to happen. Like before it happened, I took my covers and I just covered my face. Like I braced myself, and he ended up running into the wired median. But if we were on the outside, outside lane, we would have toppled over the mountain like easily. And he didn't hit another car or anything like that, just the wire median. But I didn't even know how bad the damage was, honestly, because we still had to get into Denver anyway, and I still had to drive from Denver back to Missouri, like regardless. So I had to drive 8 hours like that. And the way that the wire median like cut through the front of my car, it just ended up being like one of the wheels was malaligned, and it was something else. Like obviously I needed a new hood and some other stuff like that, but it wasn't that bad of an accident. But just knowing like, yo, if I was on that side, I wouldn't be alive anymore. I do not, if it's snow on the ground, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. I refuse. Like, so much so that when I moved back here after, I think I did one more, yeah, I did one more assignment after California. But even when I was working PRN here, I would always tell any job that I was at, yo, once the first round of snow comes, you are not going to see me again until March. Like I always take those months off. I explain to them why. And I'm like, there's just literally no way I can get on the road. I can't do it. And I just leave it at that. Not I'm inhaling all kinds of fumes. Screw y'all. What's wrong with y'all? I burned a lot of dead dinosaurs. Just ready to jump in the whip now. I burned some gas. Damn that. I just, I feel like every time I get in my car, there's stupid people on the road who seem to have never learned how to drive properly, and it just drives me crazy. I thankfully, when I first learned how to drive when I was like 14, 15 years old, I was always taught to be a, well, actually I learned before then, but I was always taught to be a defensive driver. So it's a really good thing because I've kept myself from getting into so many accidents. However, it also makes me like hyper aware and hyper vigilant, and that also can cause like anxiety and stuff like that. So I just, baby, listen, get me where I'm going and get me back. Ain't no, we not making no detours, like none of that. I'm trying to get home and get home safe because people cannot drive. They can't. So I keep my ass home. And that's just that on that. I cannot deal with people at all. I don't really love. Say 9, 10. Nine, 10, and then 295. That could have been awful. Exactly. Only reason I'm okay is because of The Last of Us show. I think Joel. See, why y'all have to tell me that? Now y'all gonna what do I need to do to get my gas back good? Y'all gonna make me so mad. Cause why? You're from Missouri too? Yeah, I'm from St. Louis. Born and raised. Born and raised. You use almost a tank a day? See, that's too much driving for me. I can't do it. Damn, we didn't pull back to the half trend. I kind of prefer the trades that pull back to the half trend because the half trends act as a level of support or resistance, and the half trends paint based off of price action and market structure. So, yeah, I'd rather wait for a pullback. Shit cut across two lanes to get to the exit yesterday. See, She was a few feet from hitting the exit barrier, which is concrete. I just don't be understanding. Like, baby, the next exit is maybe 2 minutes up the road. Why do you have to put yourself and everybody else in jeopardy for that? You miss the exit, you miss it. Turn around. And see, Amelia, I'm like you. Every time I go out and something like that happens, which is every single time, yep, this is why I only come out once a week. This is exactly why I only come out once a week. It's so annoying. Born and raised in... Shut up, Marvin. Shut up. What school did you go to? I went to Hazelwood Central. I graduated in 2007 from Hazelwood Central. Kind of a little old lady. Just a tad. Not too much on me, though. Not too much. Not too much. Session Taco and the Del Mar Loop was fire. Session Taco. I wonder if that's still... Now, I can tell you the loop is way too goddamn gone far from... Well, it ain't. For me and my driving habits, it's far. But ask my sister and my cousins. They like, girl, that's right down... Let's see. Session... You know what? I would love some birria. Oh, it's still open. They also have one in St. Charles. Wait. West End, 24 minutes. I would have to go to the one in Streets of St. Charles. Well, not have to, but I would because it's closer. This market is pretty ass today. I just want y'all to know that. Ew. Let's see. Let's look at the menu. I don't think I've ever heard of... You know what? Wait, does it say Streets? I think I saw this. I feel like it was last week. Yeah, I feel like no, not last week. Last month. When I went to my best friend's son's birthday party. I think I walked past this place. I'm pretty sure. All right, you stupid market. I'm so mad because the place near me that sells birria tacos, the last time I had them, they were still good, but one thing I don't like about that place is I feel like they charge you for every little thing. You legit only get the birria, you get a little cilantro, a little slice of a lime, and if you want anything extra on top of it, like you don't get, I don't like that. Because any other place I get birria from is not like that at all. So I try not to go to that place. I did have beef tongue tacos from there, and the birria, beef tongue. There was another one that I got from there that was actually halfway decent as well. Oh, but I don't remember. All right. I think that when it does not pull back, well, let's see what happens here. When it doesn't pull back to the half trend, but it's because it's stopped by a level, I might still be able to trade it. Let's see, 28. I don't know though, so we'll see what that looks like. Because I would still be in the trade there. You went to Jennings, graduated in 94. Nice, nice. I think we played Jennings one time when I was in high school. Please do not go and take profit. That would actually kind of piss me off a little bit. Two of my childhood friends went to Jennings. Oh, there's the TP. All right. So if we pull back and don't hit the half trend because we're stopped by a level, it's okay. This is a nice little move up. I hate that we did so much freaking consolidating for so long before we got to this point. But at least I didn't get caught in chop, I guess. Still annoying to say the least. Don't know about selling here. This is technically a level of support, both of these. Session of mission. Hand make the corn tortillas. Ooh. Barbecue spot across the street from Slew, and the Fox was pretty good too. See, I honestly, I don't think I've had decent barbecue here. I don't know if I've had good barbecue. I think that especially when you have family members that know how to barbecue, it's kind of hard to like barbecue from a restaurant. I remember when I was way younger, and I was way younger because I was still eating pork at the time. I used to love the ribs from Bandanas, but as an adult, I don't think I would like them. I've had Red's barbecue before. See, it does work. All right. So I was worried about taking a sell here because of the pivot level right there. But you can see we pushed straight through. And I wouldn't have gotten stopped out either. But anyway, I've tried Red's barbecue. I've tried, what is that place with that dry ass turkey? Sugar Fire. Ugh. Most of these places I just cannot stand. Like I just rather barbecue some stuff my damn self. You gotta try some KC barbecue. I wasn't always a truck driver. Yeah, it's just not that many good barbecue places for me. And like growing up, both of my parentals, they both knew how to barbecue. My grandma's brothers knew how to barbecue really well. My mom's first cousins knew how to barbecue really well. So for me, it's like you really gotta wow me for me to like your barbecue. And don't let it be first of all, I shouldn't need no sauce. If I need sauce, we have a problem. And if I do have some sauce, it better be good. It better not taste like you just took a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's and just poured in it. Like, do something to it. That's the least you can do. Yeah. See, Marvin is one of us, Applejacks. I know it upsets you. I know it does. But he's one of us. El Toro. I still love sauce too. You want to know something else? And I don't know if it's just I'm pretty sure it's not just my family that does it. But one thing that I love, especially if you barbecue some beef, is just put a little bit of cinnamon on it when you season it. Oh my God, it's the best thing ever. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I'm so mad. I couldn't get into, well, this was a trade I could get into. This one was as well. So I guess that's kind of my fault. But these two swings were not. And then this swing up was nice, except it didn't beat out on the oscillator. So it's a mismatch. I think I'm just gonna end today. Am I break even still? Oh yeah, break even is fine. I'll take break even in a really choppy day where I couldn't really get setups because I was trying to avoid chop. Like looking at this 5-minute chart, oh my god, getting caught in this would be so nasty. So nasty. I should have knew it was going to be a shitty day when, what is this candle? What did I say it was? 153 points. I feel like whenever we have opens like that, or let's say that kind of move happened pre-market, I always feel like we just chop. There's never a continuation. I'm thankful for my patience, but I'm also annoyed because I could have been doing anything else. Okay, anything. Anything. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. Now, let's see. What is that? 1783. $302. Nope. Too much volume there. What the hell? It's Chop City now? Yeah. I'm gonna still try to, I'm gonna trade till 10 o'clock though, because sometimes when the market is like this, I feel like when I get off at 9:45, there's like one or two more trades in that last 15 minutes that I could have caught if I would have just stayed on the charts. So I'm gonna stay on until 10 and see. Damn it. Equal volume. Equal is never good. Back. So we got past VWAP and the middle pivot level prior open, and we've just kind of been chopping around here now. Just mad because those are two really good trades. Let's see, what is that? 7 points. 50. So I might have to do 27. That makes sense. Have to go back to slightly negative, but at least it's not as negative as before. Yeah, do that. Matter of fact, okay, that cleared that, so that's cool. What a push. Come on, pull back. We can pull back to 605. That would be nice. As long as we don't touch the prior open up there, but we have to push down kind of fast. 1615. We can't spend too much time here. What number is that? 716. Come on. Come on, patience. Come on, patience. Who said I ain't got no patience? Nobody. Come on, patience. Y'all see how smooth that trade was? Just smooth as hell. All right? Goodness shit. Do you only trade? Good morning, Jacob Jones. Sorry. Let me be a little bit more professional. No, listen, I just sat here all goddamn on day waiting for that damn trade, trying to keep myself out of chop. Yes, I only trade NQ, and yes, I only scalp. I have traded other things in the past. I've been trading off and on, way more off than on, for 11 years now. I started off in futures, went to Forex, did binary options, back to futures, back to Forex, and all over the place. And then I got back into futures about 2 years ago. When I first got back in, I was trading different things. I was trading Nasdaq, ES, crude oil, gold. I used to love trading the bonds. I've traded different things. And eventually I just realized, like, yo, I even traded the Russell. I didn't really like the Dow that much. The Dow was like the one indice that I didn't really trade. But eventually I was just like, okay, well, I don't really feel like watching a bunch of different charts. So for me, if my thought process was, if I can master the most volatile instruments and trade it during the most volatile hour of the market being open, what do I need other things for? Except on days like today where we chop so much I can't get in. But so I've been spending the last 2 years just trying to master the market in the way that my brain sees it, knowing that patterns paint consistently, just trying to figure out, how do I quantify this? I never traded volume before, like almost 2 years. Almost 2 years ago, incorporated volume. I've been on a stretch of trying to learn order flow, which I like order flow, but I feel like I can trade without it. But in the process of learning order flow, it made me understand volume a little bit better. So I've just kind of been all over the place, just complicating things so I can learn how the market moves, uncomplicating it, doing other things. And so recently this week, I decided I want to try to go back to trading volume only, using 2.5 trends for pullbacks, trading pullbacks and divergence, and just trying to figure out what volume patterns I see that paint consistent wins. And hopefully being able to go back to a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, because while I was trading order flow, I had to trade with a negative risk to reward ratio, and it drove me crazy. I do not like it. I do not like it at all. So, I think that volume only is where I'm going to end up settling in at. I just have a couple of kinks I have to work out, but I think I'm going to like it better, because for me, my biggest problem with order flow is like, it's too detailed. You got to look at so many different things, and then as the reversal bar is painting, you have to pay attention to point of control, because it can move from the wick to the body and back to the wick, and it can go from a continuation to a trap and back and forth. It's just too much. Whereas volume is just so much simpler, and I hope that I can get this to work long term, because I don't want to ever look at order flow ever again, if you ask me. Thank you guys. Thank you. Took my volume setup today, had to sit through some drawdown, but it worked. Qualified for, but you used half though. Diego, why'd you use half? Is it because of the open trade today? Not I'm having a moment. The bonds, so I love the bonds. Listen, now it was really nice making 31.25 per tick, but it was not nice the few times that I would lose. And my bond strategy worked really, really well. And I would just go for 21 ticks. And I think, well, on the bonds, 21 ticks is not that much of a scalp, honestly, just because of the way it moves. But trading with, like, I just like to be in and out. I don't want to have to think about anything. I don't want to have to sit. I literally watch people be 40 points in profit and don't TP. Well, what are you doing here? Look, this was another setup right here. This is why I wanted to wait until 10. And listen, after that trade, I didn't even think about getting in another trade, but I could have taken the buy right here. That would have been perfect. Volume was high on the impulse move. The pullback was really shallow, showing that the sellers were weak. We pushed off of VWAP. The volume of the bar was low to show that it didn't take much effort to push up. Easy trade. Listen, and it would have been a full win. You could see the inside of the bar right here. But yeah, I love the bonds. But when you lose, that 600 hurt. It hurt. But yeah, I knew when I was trading the bonds that I was gonna end up trying to learn how to scalp. And for me, I was okay with how long it was gonna take, mainly because I want to see if this trade works out, because this is the divergence setup that I would normally look for, this sell right here. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I knew I was gonna want to scalp because I watch people be 40 points in profit and don't take profit, don't move a stop loss to break even, and I don't feel like stressing myself out. And I feel like the longer I'm in a trade, the more time the market has to move against me. You know, what the market look like right now might not, it might not look like a good setup 5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now. So I'd rather be in and out, know my fate in a few seconds, and keep it moving. That's what I would prefer. Like that trade, 3 seconds, can't beat it. In and out. I have no time to stress. I have no time to overthink, no anything. And that's perfect for me. When you become dirty rich, don't forget about your Diego. I would never forget you guys. Not my day ones. Come on. Build my confidence up though. Open trade did work though. Ah, got you. That'll just take time. Once you continue gathering data and see what you like, what you don't like. Look at that. You see how I called that out? So I feel good about going into tomorrow. I'm going to be multiplying contracts tomorrow too, because I got to do something with this account tomorrow anyway. So either we're going to fail it and start fresh on Monday, or I'll end up passing it. However, I do need to, I'm going to tell you what I definitely have to look at. So I already know, like, what's a good example? Like, well, this is not a good example because it pushed through, but you know, we changed to a downtrend on the minor trend, which is what changes the colors of the bars, and the reversal bar closes inside of it. I know I don't like that. Now, it might work to where, like, if I'm going in the direction of the trend, it's fine, but I know counter trend, it just does not work well. I also have to look at, like, okay, we pulled back, but we didn't pull all the way back to the half trend because it was stopped by VWAP or a support or resistance level or something like that. I need to look at that. And then because of how choppy today was, I think today was a really, really good example of, all right, the overall trend changed to a downtrend, but we started trading inside of where we switched trends. I think it's really important that I look at that, because I think that that is a deciding factor as well. But yeah, I think aside from that, I don't have too much that I have to really look into per se. Maybe whether or not I have to break even at levels, because remember, this divergence here, I only didn't get in because of support being here. Let's see. I think that's really it. I think that's it. But yeah, I am happy with today. Let me show you guys the account. So I took 3 trades, 1, 2, lost 1. And if I'm not mistaken, the one trade that I lost didn't pull back to the half trend, because I didn't know if it was important or not. But like I said before, I think that I'm going to prefer that, because I can also I can put an alert on the half trend to where anytime price pierces it, it'll alert me, so that, you know, if I'm looking down or just anything, I'm not paying attention to the chart, I'll at least know, like, hey, it pulled back to the level to start looking. And also I just know that it provides a level of support or resistance. So it makes more sense to do that rather than taking a trade in la la land, again, only for pullbacks at least. So I have $8.95 of drawdown left in this account. So yeah, we're gonna push it to the limit tomorrow and see what happens. But that's it for me, you guys. I'm gonna go journal today's session. I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.